Have you seen any feathers around you lately? Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? It's SYNOLVE again, and I hope you guys are doing well. Now, of course, go ahead and perform all of the rituals that you must perform on this channel, honey, because we have work to do. I love you so much, and I want to thank you for being here today with me. It's an exciting time, and we're doing some amazing things all across the globe, and I am glad and so proud to be a part of that with you. All right, well, we're going to talk today more about being in the flow. Now, yesterday we talked about being in the flow of your life, and some of us are just out of flow, and we're out of the flow of our own lives, and so we struggle against the order and the balance and the harmony and the peace of our lives. And so when we do things that are out of balance, out of harmony, then it can cause harm. It can cause damage to ourselves. And so being in the flow of our lives means that we surrender and we release. Right? We surrender to the moment that is, not trying to create something that's not against what it is that we should be doing in this moment. Creating amazing things, creating new things is beautiful. It's an amazing experience. But when I think about how our ancestors built the pyramids and the technologies that they used, and here we are now wondering, trying to figure out how to do it, they were in the flow. They were in the flow. And they, hundreds of workers and workmen, skilled laborers would climb up to the top, and they would hand a piece of the building up to each other, and we were just in the flow, in this harmony, right? Our ancestors. And so that's what we need to create these huge, amazing things that we need to create in our lives today. Like pyramids, like it seems sometimes going across the ocean to go and move to Africa or to start a new business or do something new. It seems like this is amazing. And so what you have to do is get in the flow. Get in this flow of your life. And so one of the things Spirit began to say to me as I was talking about this in my own life about moving, one of the things that I had to do was listen. And so Spirit began to say, start a GoFundMe page. I didn't want to start a GoFundMe page. I did not. And so I did. And my link for that's below if you'd like to share a gift or you'd like to donate. And so I had to get into this flow. I had to get into this flow with my business, of course, YouTube, with all of the things that I'm doing, get into this flow with finishing my master's program and homework, and everything just became easy because I was willing to get into the flow. Have you seen any feathers around you lately? Right before this whole idea of me going to Africa, every time I turn around, I'd see birds' feathers like everywhere. Everywhere. They would show up in my bedroom. They would show up outside. They would show up on my chair. Right? Maybe for you, it's a butterfly or it's a ladybug, right? Maybe it's a grasshopper. And so these are all symbols and signs that the Most High sends us that we are on the right path and that we're in the flow. And so one of those, the ostrich feather, which there are no ostriches near me, so I'm not in Florida, or I'm not somewhere around the world where there are ostriches. But one of the symbols I kept getting were the bird feathers. And so one of the symbols that belongs, the feather is a symbol. Let me get it out. The feather is a symbol that belongs to Mayat, the goddess Mayat, who is an African goddess. And so Mayat represents a netter or godlike figure in African cosmology or African spirituality and consciousness that represents order and balance. Okay. And so philosophically, Mayat is a moral and ethical principle as well that all Egyptians are expected to embody when it comes towards their daily actions, towards family, towards community, towards their nation, towards the environment, towards the Most High. And so getting into this African, turning your mind back into an African traditional ancestral thought pattern helps you to get into the flow, even before you go to the continent. Even if you're thinking about doing business on the continent, even if you're thinking about just living a more holistic life. I never know who's going to watch my broadcast, so I'm trying to cast a wide stream so that whoever the Most High brings can hear, and those who have ears, let them hear. So rather than going against the stream, I really feel in this moment that I'm talking to someone who's been struggling. And if that's you, if you've been really struggling, sometimes as we look at what's going on in the world, we're seeing and we're noticing that the world is transforming right before our very eyes. And it's not just COVID, it's technology, it's 5G, it's so many things. It's business going from more of a corporate structure entity where everybody, your grandparents or your grandmother or your mother or father might have worked at a plant or a factory or an organization for 30 years. That's gone. Like it is no more. And so many of us may be looking for industries, looking for ways, looking for prosperity, and it's blocked off because those things, businesses are going out of, in the US are going out of business left and right. And as more companies begin to automate and you're changing from one system into another, changing from a more physical system into a digital system and digital environment, digital global economies. And so you do things where you can work from home, you can use your laptop, you can work from anywhere. And a lot of people are pushing against that because you don't want, it's not something you're used to. It's not something you're accustomed to. You don't necessarily have the skills or the training right now to do it. Or you haven't even just allowed your mind the opportunity to know that there are different things and opportunities for you. Release and breathe. So we go so many times against the flow. We go against the flow in a relationship that's not working. Okay. Relationship that should have been dead. It's done. Should have been over a long time ago. Only you know that. I don't know you, so I don't know who Spirit is speaking to, but right? A job that you're in, a boss that you just can't get through to. You're facing a lot of racism, right? Struggle. A country that you're in, like the West, and you've tried, your generations, we've tried this, we've tried to make it better, we've protested, we've done all those things. And so now the Most High is calling many of us to come home, because to stay here and to fight and to struggle and to argue and to protest and hold up those signs and to watch our brothers and sisters continually be killed and to be murdered is against the very flow of the Most High. It's against the very flow of the universe, of the beautiful arc of creation that created us to live and to love and to breathe right? These innate gifts that no one else can give you, right? Except the Most High. And so going against the flow, trying to stay in a place where we are not welcome, going against the flow, trying to work in dying situations that are no longer viable for us. And so being in relationships that are no longer healthy, having mindsets or ideas that no longer bring us peace, that drain us, having friendships or relationships that drain us like vampires, right? They're negative. And so it's time to get in the flow of your life, to release those things that must be released, and to get into the flow of who you are, into the flow of what the Most High is calling you to do and to be in your career, in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in where you live, in all that you do. Get in the flow. I just want to encourage you to get in the flow and to come out of those things that no longer bless you. Those things that no longer bring you peace. Those things that no longer have balance, and where the order is gone. So yes, in chaos, beautiful things can come and can happen. But you know more than anyone when you're out of the flow of your life. And so get into the stream. This is just a continuation from yesterday. Spirit woke me up more again. Get into the balance of your life. If everyone else is going downstream, and if you are a salmon or a trout, and you need to flow upstream, do it. Right? Salmon go upstream. They go against, right? They go against what normal people would think, but they're in their flow. So it may not look like to you. It may look different than what it might look like for someone else, right? Your flow. And so younger fish, for example, they mostly flow downstream because they haven't built up all of the muscles that they need in order to go upstream. Where are you on your journey? That's important to know yourself, to know you, and to know where you are on your journey, to know what your purpose is, and to know what the Most High is calling you to do. And only you can know that. And you know that by sitting with the Most High. You know that by wading in the water. Right? So, of course, I like to sing. I don't know why, but let's go with it. All right. So Spirit usually brings up a song. And so here's this song. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now, I sing that song and the old spirituals, because I understand, like many of you, because you've written me and you've told me on Facebook, thank you. And you've told me here on YouTube, thank you, that you use those old spirituals, whether this is, your Christianity is your spiritual tradition or not. You use those old spirituals because you know that the ancestors encoded messages in everything that they did, in the sermons that they preached, in what they talked to you and said to you when they were baking a cake and baking a pie and you were sitting in the kitchen talking, all those secrets that they would whisper you about marriage, about life, about family, right? How they wove into the very fabric of the quilts and the blankets. They would weave these symbols that were for people to look for on their path to freedom during the Underground Railroad. So there would be a house with a lighthouse and a house with a lanterns out front. And so that was a symbol of, that's the house you stop at, right? The house near the river, near the water, that was painted white but had blue shingles. That would be this symbol and sign. So for people as they were on, and they would hem them, sew them. My family did blankets. One of my aunts still does blankets. And so they would sew those things into the quilts, the pictures, so that people would get an imagery of where to go during the Underground Railroad to get a path to freedom. And so here now today, in those songs are messages and symbols of the flow of your life, of the flow that you need to get into to find freedom and to find peace. Beloved, I love you so very much. And I want you in your life to experience all of the beauty and joy that life has to offer. And so my advice to you is to stop fighting against the flow, the balance, the harmony of your life. To just release it, no matter what it looks like. And to choose to wade in the waters that the Most High is stirring for you. The ancient ones are here. The ancestors are here. Oh my. So that you can embrace all that the Most High has for you. And so that you can take advantage of all of the prosperity and the open doors and the windows and the beauty that the ancestors are creating for you. The paths, the open doors. Walk through the open doors. Do something new in this season. And don't be afraid to wade in the waters of the Most High as you get in the flow of the stream. All right, guys, I love you so much. And you are amazing. That's why I'm here. That's why I keep coming to you with these videos. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are loved. You are simply beautiful and amazing. And everything you have, everything you need is within you. You are amazing. You know why? Honey, baby, because you just are. I love you so much. And I'm going to see you in another video real soon. All right? Bye, guys. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.